Can I get inspiration?
you got it. What?
Here, let me look at this real quick. What did he just break? 1 second.
We fought a spicy lizard with a cool name like Morrowburn or some shit.
Morrowind.
Yeah, that. And we slaughtered him in his cave after mostly a clutch combination of the good old fashioned voice of Gaul.
I've heard it both ways.
You wrote it.
I know. I'm not gonna. It looks like Ghoul. You know, I'm not gonna fault anybody for saying it.
But yeah, the bulk of the session was prepping for the dragon fight, figuring out how we were gonna do it, and then executing. Largely involved. The real MVP was Potion of Fire Resistance, because without that, I think it would have been fucking toast.
Honestly.
A surprise plan of execution and an execution of the plan in the same session.
Pretty crazy.
Good. Pretty crazy.
For my
Shocking.
suggestion,
We can get our shit together and take action every once in a while.
the real MVP, from my understanding, is Cal's his voice of Gaul did not budge.
It lasted quite a while. It lasted almost a full round.
Like, Mans was
it lasted
just taking
several
a hit.
rounds. Yeah.
He was just getting hit and like, oh, it's fine.
Also, I recall that inexplicably Merv is the only one who succeeded on the deck save for the fucking fire breath. So that makes 2 cones. Oh, I meant you got hit by the second one too, didn't you?
Oh, wait, yeah, I think I almost died.
Because I got advantage.
Yeah, Krios almost died. Almost flat died.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I was just
Merv had a 1, I believe, roll into a 20 in the event. Yeah, it was there were swings happening all over the place in that battle. Yes, and then you came back.
We dragged an entire dragon
the carcass
with us.
on a cart.
I got 3 bottles of dragon blood.
Yeah.
Huge.
The the 5th season has turned in its first formal bounty into the Slayers Guild.
It's a fucking power play too.
Yeah, everyone was like surprised, ecstatic. The whole place, got the whole story of everything that happened. I mean, you guys literally made a name for yourselves in the town, officially with this act. Although people are still very unclear about what your name is, people, definitely people in the guild, absolutely will know who you are for certain. I'm gonna give inspiration to Cody, but also to Dawson, because I believe he really wanted to do the recap, and I think his little puppy took him away from it.
He was destroying something, and I still don't know exactly what, but
we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, and you did seem to know the event, so I'll give it to you. Cool. Excellent. It is the afternoon of that day. You've spent time at the Adventures Guild, drinks and food. I mean, like, whatever you wanted there in terms of libations and whatnot. The people were covering your tab. You retrieved your 1,000 gold bounty, and you were informed that if you wanted them to do something with the dragon, to leave it there overnight, they will assess it and come back tomorrow, and they will tell you essentially what value they can provide for you, what it is that they can do with the carcass.
Cool.
So it is roughly late afternoon, early evening on the 7th of Tarsak. You have other things that you can get into that you are aware of, though I don't know that you want to do any of that immediately. But you have other a request from Baracus, and of course there's other work that can be done from the Adventurers Guild, in addition to whatever things that you all personally want to invest your time into. I leave it to you.
I think as early in the morning as we can. I'll head back after having bathed, getting dragon gunk off of me. Back to the Slayers Guild, see what we can do with what we got.
Sure, yeah. Is there anything anybody wants to accomplish between that evening and then the following morning to check on your dragon?
Hmm.
Okay.
Before we go to the dragon, actually, after the long rest, Merv will walk up to Rainier and say, can I borrow your crossbow?
Blinks down at you a couple of times. Could you be more specific?
I'm gonna do a thing on it, and it's gonna be good, I think, but...
Now, the last thing you did on it was pretty gross, but it was very helpful. Would
This
you
one's
mind
gonna be
being
less gross, more your aesthetic, I think.
I don't understand what you mean by my aesthetic, but would you
got
mind
a
if I
preference in
accompanied
color of
you?
lights, or you like yellow,
Are you-
or
Are you
red?
talking about? And I'll kind of like tap my temple.
Yeah.
I don't pick it.
I mean, do you want me to just do that light, or you want to get some bitchin' like blue light or green light?
He's a little just stunned. Would you mind if I just accompanied you?
Yeah, it's all gonna take me like... He like holds up a fucking like several pages that he's stuck together on like the edges, but it's all in halfling. You could see like the shape of your crossbow, but the rest of it is just like halfling with like runes like inscribed all over it. I've been thinking about it. Yeah. I mean, you can like look. I mean, you can just poke your head in the tent and...
I'll do any disassembling you might need.
I shouldn't need any disassembling. I'm just gonna be like handling it for a sec.
You see in the tent, Chorby's grabbing fistful of the little grass that remains on this part of the property, just putting it into the top of his cauldron.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I'd have Chorby like fix your yard for you. Is that something you want? Or
yeah, that's great.
I mean, we could probably scorched earth here.
I think you could like teach him to use like a knife probably to do it, like a short sword. He wouldn't be able to do it very good, but he could just like swing it back and forth over and over again. You got like a sickle.
There are kids who live on this block. You know that, right?
He's not gonna fucking slash a kid, are you, Chor?
He makes a shrug.
Okay, he ain't gonna slash a kid if I don't tell him to slash a kid, okay? And I ain't gonna tell him. We'll train him. Maybe we'll start with like a sickle. We'll buy a sickle at like farm. You know what? Chorb, you keep it up.
Well, no, I'll just go out to my garden shed and pull out some rusted shears.
Yeah, give him a... Oh, shears is great. We've been working on his handling skills. And he needs practice with gripping in both hands. He's really good with the left, not so good with the right. I mimic the motion for Chorby like once, and then just go get it.
Yeah, Chorby gets the slicing. It's not going like it's random, right?
Yeah,
he's just getting this piece, getting that piece.
Yeah,
that's fine. It'll grow back.
But he does take whatever shreds are there. He does just put inside of his head.
It's good. You gotta train him with positive affirmation. He doesn't respond well to negative.
I'll have to take your word for that.
Yeah, Merv
I'll
shuffles
sit with you in
inside
the
of his
tent.
tent. Merv, like, basically, like, in a bottle, you see, like, a slightly glowing, like, liquid, that he shakes a couple times, opens it up, like, sniffs it, shakes it again, opens it up, sniffs it, holds it out to you and goes, could you spit in that?
Oh,
He gives you the look of, I don't do this lightly, and then spits into the vial for you.
Yeah, he, like, leans forward, sniffs it, considers for a second, corks it, and nods. Alright. Could you lay out crossbow for me real quick?
Yep, I'll unholster and set it out.
Merv pulls out what looks like really janky, like, painting supplies. Like a fucking, like, bargain bin, like, calligraphy set. And starts painting in. Now that you, like, see as he's, like, dipping it into the bottle and putting it out, it's drying in a way that, like, isn't not like blood. And starts painting a bunch of, like, runes and stuff all over the crossbow. When he, like, finishes, like, with the pattern, he, like, holds it up to you and goes, okay, now you're gonna bite your finger and you're gonna, like, touch somewhere on the pattern.
You mean like break the skin?
Yeah. We're
That's
gonna
weird.
like get it to your, like, your blood. It's only like you can do it.
All right. Yeah, he'll just bite the inside of his lip and then draw that in like along one of the lines.
Right. Now that's not gonna do shit till you like think about it and look at it for a bit, so we'll just shelve that until we get a rest or something.
All right.
It's attunement.
Yeah.
You all can like have gotten up early, right? Because this happens mechanically
That's
at
fair.
the beginning of your long rest, right? So you can take the time to do an attunement here if you like.
Sure. Yeah. While I'm doing that, knowing that Merv's probably got his attention directed elsewhere, just kind of mindlessly say, it's weird. I mean, there are certain aspects of the situation that I'm in that I understand to be like physically sacrificed, but it isn't often the case that it is one-to-one conferred as the sacrifice of blood. It's just sort of a energy, life force, sort of stamina, power. I mean, I've been at this for a really long time, and there are days where there are periods of time even where it takes much more effort to pull a trigger than others. One of those things that comes with aging and then feeling like you're not aging and then aging rather rapidly. It's an unexpected side effect.
Hmm. I mean, like, how does it, like, feel when you do it though? Like when you make magic come out.
You ever stay up too long because you're working too hard, and then suddenly your body gives out on you and you have to sleep?
Yep.
It's like that, but small.
I mean, it's not pleasant, I guess.
Now, it could be worse. The treatments for it are hell, but one of those things that feels like it's worth it in the long run.
I mean, You figure you're making your blood glow? Is that what's happening?
When I redirect power or energy,
Yeah.
or I don't think so. I think it's just a more material form of, now pardon my particular expression for this, but offering, like a religious offering. I'm giving up my own strength to receive something more powerful.
Yeah, Murph trails off for a second. He like looks down at the bottle and he holds it up and goes, this is some of my blood, bog water, and dragon blood.
Oh, gross.
And your spit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, best not let that fall into anyone else's hands. That can't be good for nobody.
I mean, it's not gonna fall into anybody else's hands, probably. He like gestures to the like strap he built to the backpack, so that it like straps across his chest.
I'll trust you enough.
Oh, I've been meaning to tell you why I got you a second. I came up with a name for the bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which family
Rainier's-
member got the honor?
Nah, it's gonna be you, Chief. It's Rainier's reliable rucksack.
That's deeply charming and flattering. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Murph kind of like looks the other way and tilts his little fucked up hat. But yeah, at the end of the attunement, it is an infusion called Radiant Weapon. I'll link it so everybody can see what it does.
I get more reactions.
Yep. So you
Thank
can
you
use
again,
bonus
Cody.
action to make light. Which is, I mean, that's also good. You already make light, but now you can make more light, I guess.
Yeah, I think between my lantern and the crossbow already giving off light, this is still more, which is good for everybody.
And yeah, now you can do a DC. I believe it's. You'd think I'd remember my own save.
Oh, it's yours, not
15.
mine. That's nice.
Yeah,
Mine's a couple points lower.
I believe it is mine.
Is that how the infusion works?
I need to double check.
As a reaction, the wielder expends 1 charge against your spell save.
Yeah, your, I think in this case, is referring to Artificer.
Yeah, I'm fine with that for the meantime. If you can check on
Yeah, I'm
that.
looking it up.
Yeah. Just so because it's not specifically clear. What do you know?
Shocking.
Shocking. Amazing. While the two of you are in the little tent, Rainier, you are. How big is this tent?
It's a 2-person tent.
It's a 2-person
I'm
tent.
probably sitting with just my legs sticking
Yeah,
out
it's
so
a
that I'm
2-person
mostly
tent.
in, but giving him space.
Because I love the idea of it being only Merv sized, right? So it's like a children's tent, right?
I mean, it's not like it's definitely been pulled in a little bit, right? You don't want it to be too airy.
Not too big. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a 2-person tent, but those two people are supposed to be Merv sized people.
Yeah, they're supposed to be my size.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a
I
2-person
gotta-
tent for Merv and Chorby.
Yeah, I got another tent that's your people sized. Okay, relax.
While the two of you are going about your business in the tent, fortifying Rainier's weapon, um, um, Cal, you're getting ready for the day, stretching out
hmm
the cramps of sleeping. Actually, where did you sleep? Did you stay at Rainier's place? Did you get a hotel nearby?
Um, I'll say that after a long night of celebrating, I managed to stumble back to Rainier's place, and whether I made it into the house or onto any appropriate sleeping platform is for you to determine.
Okay, very very good. A rough night, propped in a chair, half on a table. You get the cracks out of your spine as you're stretching, and as you turn and look, you notice that there's a face in one of the windows looking out. It's a little shadowed a bit as their face is like right up against their glass, eyes wide. They have a cloak, a hood pulled up, but you can make the distinct outline and appearance of Kieran's face. And his eyes are like wide, and he's like looking at you, and you can tell he's like making that little like sideways head notion of like outside, outside.
Oh, all right, very well. I'll just give me a moment. I've got to crack my back. Oh, goodness, yes. Um, well, yeah, I'll walk around and meet him. You're awfully energetic for this early in the, I don't know, I'll say morning. Is it morning?
Oh, I don't know. I've been up for 7 days already. It's been a pretty wild time for
Oh,
for
one of
me.
those. Wonderful.
Look, I just wanted to pop by because I have a problem that I need your help with.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I just need you to look after this for me for a while. You see, pulls something, a shape from underneath his cloak, and kind of pushes it into your chest, and you feel like this warmth, something writhing and wriggling a little bit.
Okay. Well, my look. I'm happy to help, but
I don't know what it eats. I assume it
wait,
eats
what?
something.
It
Um,
it's something that eats.
oh yes, yes. Long story short, I sort of stole it from someone, and well, I just can't be walking around with it all the
Well,
time.
I understand, and I'm happy to help any way that I can. But I don't know if you've been paying attention, my friends and I. We just killed a dragon yesterday, so maybe me taking care of things that need to eat and drink and breathe. Maybe that's not the best idea.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, this is like a dragon, so you're already an experienced father.
Well, well, Kieran, I would do anything. You've been very kind to me since we've formalized our little arrangement. But um, perhaps there's another individual that would be better, a more domesticated lifestyle, perhaps that.
No, 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 no. You're my number one man. He starts like you can see him. He's like sniffing and rubbing his nose a little bit. He seems like tweaking out a little. Um, and he goes, I have to say, recently, like within the last day or so, I've been feeling really good. Look,
Gosh.
he looks at you for a moment.
Mhm.
His eyes kind of glaze over, and then you see him furrow his brow, and he says, "Wait a minute. There's something different about you."
Oh. It's become a real mess in here, and I'll point to my head.
Hmm. Anything I should be worried about?
Well, I don't believe so. I mean, we're still right as rain, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely. You
Well,
keep sending me that life force, buddy.
and that's all that really matters. Whatever else is going on in there, I'm sure it'll all get worked out in the wash.
Are you sick? You sounds like you have a scratch in your throat or something.
Well, are you familiar with an entity, former entity, a gruel?
Gruel.
Yes.
He looks to the side a bit, scratches his face a little too vigorously. Well, there's a Gruel the Terrible in Epsilon 7, but I mean, I haven't run into him in a long time.
Well, I'm sure it's nothing. Does this thing have a name?
No idea. Look, I gotta go. I will see you soon, all right?
Wonderful. Okay, you. Let's get to look at you.
You look down and you look up. He's gone, disappeared. Though you can hear the sound of like footsteps running or like around the corner of the house and disappearing into the city.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm familiar with that situation.
Right. You look down and in your curled up against your chest and your in arms and your hands, you see a very tiny looking wormling, a little like dragon wormling.
Oh, well, aren't you adorable? Let's look. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Kind of curls its head up a little bit, has these big eyes, vertical draconic eye slits, looks up at you and nods, but you hear in your mind, of course.
Very well. Look, here's what we're going to do. I have no idea what I'm doing, but if you stay very close, just why don't you sit up here on my shoulder? If you need to hold on to my neck, you can do that, and we will figure this out together. Does that sound okay?
You see it crawls up and like kind of sits on one of your shoulder, pulls its tail around your neck to kind of like stabilize itself. It seems very sturdy as it moves. It very almost cat-like to a degree. At first you're worried like it's a baby, but like the way it moves, it doesn't have that like that young animal look, and like it's not um it doesn't look feeble in that way, right?
Right.
It's
So
just
it sounds like, although initially I might have thought it was an infant or a child, based on how it's moving, I'm saying, oh no, this is just a small animal.
yeah, you're getting to understand very like as it moves, yeah, it doesn't have that clumsiness to it. It's
Mhm.
very graceful. And it you feel the sensation, the desire in your mind of hunger.
Mm. All right, well, let's go see what we can do about that. And I will presumably, well, I will walk back into the house and see who's up.
That would be me, but I don't know if that means I'm out in the yard.
Yeah, I think you two are out in the yard. So if anybody else, is around in the morning, sounds like you got the place to yourself for a little bit.
All right, very well. I will walk out and hearing noises coming from Merv's tent, I will sort of poke my head in there. Good morning. My new friend and I are going out to get some breakfast. Would either of you like anything?
Got a new friend?
What?
Yes, Kieran stopped by, said I should look after this for him.
Do you display?
Oh yeah, I'll duck even lower so I can point to the wormling on my shoulder.
Oh my god. How do we
Well,
keep getting these?
it doesn't have 2 heads. So that's good.
Oh, yes, and it was a gift from Kieran. I'm sure everything's fine.
Okay, hold on. Is this one of those? Is this a fucking like dragon prophecy thing again? Are we doing that again?
I have no idea. What I know is I was unconscious, and I woke up bleary-eyed to the world, and Kieran's face was pressed against the window. I came outside. He said, "Hold on to this for me." I said, "Okay. What do I do with it?" He said, "I don't know. I've got to go." And then he fucked off.
All right. Like, what does it do though?
Well, right now it sits here and it feeds a message into my mind saying, "I'm hungry. Let's get breakfast." So far, that's what it does.
I mean, but does it like do like that, like spitting fire on weapons shit, or
I,
that was
I,
kind of useful?
I don't know. Hold on. Do you spit fire on weapons?
You see it like stand up a little bit more upright on your shoulder, kind of extend its wings, flap a bit, open its mouth, and you hear a little.
I'd take that as a no.
I mean,
Well, that is still better than it wandering into people's houses and ripping the cushions apart.
yeah,
Though I'm not putting that out of the realm of possibility.
and also being a link to a dragon prophecy.
Yeah,
No, it's
Presumably.
probably just some very awesome, very legitimate, not problematic thing that Kieran had and thought that I might like. I'm sure that's what it is.
I mean, you know it like to like a layperson, right? If we tell them that we just got done killing a dragon,
Mhm.
and you show up with a little baby one on your shoulder,
Merv, that's genius.
that's probably. I mean, is that that's the optics you want? Like, plundered its child?
That we killed an evil dragon and we're raising its spawn to be good?
Oh, well, yeah, we're rehabilitating a dragon.
Oh. This opens up a whole new avenue for the Kalawunax Cleft Hinthialar Coalition for Karakara Care, or whatever the hell I called it the first fucking time.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a huge coup for the CCCCC.
Yes, the Quintuple C.
Hey, hold on, is it 5 or 4?
You can be the mascot of the Quintuple C. I turned to the thing on my shoulder.
Oh shit! What's his name's got to start with a C now? You know that, right?
Its little head like turns to you, and you get a series of like images, thoughts, and ideas in your mind that translate into does this come with pay?
You're gonna have to come up with a C name for him to stay on brand.
Oh. You are a chip off the old block, aren't you? Yes, we'll need a double share for there's a second. I like the way you think.
I thought it was a non-profit organization.
I mean for the 5 seasons, we'll need a double share. One for me and one for the newest member. Yeah. It will negotiate.
You're getting
later.
yourself into the most bizarre and challenging life pacts that I have ever seen any creature manage.
Do you want to build him like a little coin papoose or something? You like throw it on over his back so he can keep track.
It gets a little excited. You can see at the mention of like a thing to hold coins for it.
Yeah, look, clearly, look, hey, no, settle down, calm down. Yes, we'll get you one. You've got claws. Relax.
I mean,
okay,
maybe
look.
we go to like a.
Does it need something to teeth on? And I'll give him a copper piece.
Yeah, you see it takes it into its mouth, kind of chews on it a little bit. You can see it takes it and like moves it behind its like wing, and then you don't see where that coin goes. That coin is gone, and it just looks at you and like licks its lips.
Oh shit!
Got
maybe
tricks.
he doesn't need a papoose.
Oh well. Look, we'll discuss the papoose later. But for the time being, I think I really need to get this individual fed, and sausage breakfast sausage.
Beautiful.
Right.
Wonderful. Shall we find some breakfast sausages then, friend?
It nods, and you see the image of sizzling meat in your mind.
Yes, exactly what I had in mind. Off we go.
I know logically it's just like your packed item, but you keep getting into this kind of shit.
Yeah, that's Cal.
Good old Cal Kieran. Just hold on to it for a few days, okay?
Now I actually get signed up for a
How long
baby
is a
dragon
day here on
fight
this
day.
plane anyway? Who knows?
How long are one of your days? Ooh. Excellent. Everyone gathers themselves together, gets dressed, equipped, breakfastified, and you make your way over to the Slayer stronghold to see like what's the deal with your dragon. Oh, sorry. One last thing before you head out there. You actually have another visitor at your place, Rainier. As everyone's kind of getting ready, those of you with heightened perception and senses can hear like the regular in-step boot fall of trained soldiers. Becomes a little louder as it approaches the area. Shortly after, there is a rap at the door.
Yeah, I'll let them in.
Cool. You open the door, and standing there, you see with an escort of guard, you see the voice of the council, Terwin Redstream. He looks at you, Rainier, and gives a polite bow of his head. Well, sorry to disturb you so early in the morning. Don't know what time y'all people like to get going. I figured now was better than never.
Councilman, come on in. I'll open the door for him and the escort.
Sure. You see, he just like turns his head to the escort and nods, and they just take position outside the house. He enters without them. Looks around the little, like, takes like a polite look around the room, and you see kind of nod, and he's like, this reminds me, I didn't always live in a fancy house. I grew up in a place not much bigger than this, to tell you the truth.
There's a reason I haven't given it up. It's cozy.
Sometimes I miss the warmth of a small place, but I certainly do not mind my current accommodations.
Make yourself comfortable. I'll go get something for you to drink. And shout for everyone else to get down here too.
Cool.
It takes no time. There's not enough room.
There's not enough room. Yeah, everyone kind of just like steps in, is in a door frame, that sort of thing. It's a little crowded in here. He takes a sip of whatever you offer. Much obliged. Thank you very much. I came here today. When y'all testified in front of the council, there was mention that the city of Bastion owes you a debt, and I'm here to repay that debt. You see he grabs a little pouch off of his belt, and actually, it's not that small of a pouch. It's a fairly good size, about the size of like a pineapple, and sets it on the table. And there's a bit of a clunk to it as it goes down. You see it sag with the weight of coin. He says, "It's not much. I know for everything that you've done, you've gone through, there's little that coin can do to repay the debt. However, we do feel obliged. Hopefully, this helps you on your future endeavors, wherever they may take you."
Thank you very much, Councilman. And we do well enough for ourselves. Just yesterday we managed to dispatch that dragon in the countryside, and we're making good use of some of the materials after following its demise.
Very good, very good. That was beginning to be a thorn in our side, a worry, as it were. I'm glad that there are brave people amongst our fair city willing to step up, put their lives on the line once more. I assume the stronghold will be taking care of you in that regard.
Naturally.
Very good. If you don't mind me asking, what are your future plans?
Well, we've been asked by members of the Arcanium to take a look at some curious happenings southward a little bit. There's some other nearby creatures of concern that we are investigating after a fashion. We might not be in Bastion for too long. There are responsibilities we've taken that might take us to Philorel later and abroad, but we're happy to make use of our time for the city while we're here.
What would take you out to the elven world?
A friend of ours is traveling out there. It might be something he's studying out there that might take our interest. Personal matters.
Very well. Well, I don't need to take up any more of your time. I see you all very busy. Just want to extend the council's gratitude on behalf of all the members as well as all the citizens of Bastion.
Much obliged. An honor to have you in the house.
He extends a hand and shakes each of your hands in turn. Um, uh, something you all notice, just a detail as he's shaking hands with everyone. Something that you just didn't pick up on the first time you met him. The second time in the council chambers, he had gloves on, but this time his ungloved hand, as it makes its way around, many of you all notice that there is a very finely done tattoo of a snake on his left hand. Kind of comes up between, like, the mouth is opening between the index and thumb, and then wraps itself around, going down, disappearing under the cuff, going down the wrist. Just a small detail you all notice. Gives you a polite smile and a nod. Exits out of the place. You see the soldiers come to attention as he makes his way further into the city. You see, as he's going, like, he stops. You can hear his voice as he's, like, talking to people. Kind of glad handing, where you're just, like, going around talking to the common folk and shaking hands. That's kind of his job, right? Is to get a feel for what the citizens are going through here.
Would any of us be able to have any idea if that tattoo is a sigil, a specified sigil of some kind?
You can make a history check. Anybody who wants to.
I do. I have a -1, so this should be good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Right.
Um, Merv, you take a moment and it reminds you, you're thinking, you see snakes, you're thinking of the bog for a bit, and then you're thinking of a run-in that your Meemaw had that she talked about when she was young. Um, doing she was coming into Bastion to do a trade for something that the town, the little village that you come from, that they needed, a medicine of sorts, and that she had run across a group of um, essentially criminals that all shared these same snake tattoos. Um, she was able to, through her quick wit and charm, get herself out of the situation. But it was always like a warning of like, you go in the city, the big city, like there's danger in there, and it's there's people that don't have your best interest in heart. Um, it's like a symbol of like an old criminal gang.
Huh. Yeah, Merv's got like a wistful smile as he's tapping his foot, and he's like, "Well, I'll be fucking damned. I think he was a criminal when he was a kid, or young man, maybe."
Oh, I knew
That
about
that tattoo he's got there, my Meemaw, she got held up by some folk when she was doing a supply run, and that tattoo, I'm pretty sure that tattoo was like their, I know, probably like calling card. Maybe they're like, I don't really know how gangs work, but it sticks out in my memory.
Well, I
Means
think that's a
our
pretty. I think that's a good faith interpretation of the situation, but I think that's worth having good faith. He's been doing good by us so far.
I mean, if he's still a criminal, as long as he's, keeping the beat clean, I guess it's fine.
I'll be damned.
How much gold is in that pouch there?
600 platinum.
We killed a dragon for 1K.
I mean, the knowledge that some of this could be crime money does not diminish my excitement over the money. This is a fucking lot of gold.
Oh, 1 second. Oh.
I'm presuming we're all thinking we split this fairly.
Right.
Yeah, nice 8-way split. Chorby and the new dragon get their share. Right?
Look, I'll play ball. If you're gonna try to split that dragon in, Chorby's getting a split. Have them do a fucking rock, paper, scissors competition between the two of them.
All right, pockets flush with additional coin.
Oh, fuck Jesus.
The council coming through on their statement of owing you, making sure that their bill of sale or their bill of debt is clear.
100 platinum for everyone.
100 platinum for everyone.
6 is too easy.
I mean, they probably just said you each get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 6 of you showed up to testify,
Yeah.
right?
Oh man, what if Ragnarok had left?
I actually was thinking about that. I was like, it's something else made.
Oh.
All right, where to next?
Dragon money. And or parts.
Dragon money. Hell yeah. All right. You make your way to the Slayer stronghold. The people there, there's new faces. You see some of the same faces as last night. But everyone, like you all step in. Everyone's like, "Yo, there they are, Dragon Slayers! All right." There's another round of applause. Again, people, you have made a little name for yourselves. Um, for the stronghold. Um, you were put in touch with essentially what is their like their guy of what to do with monster parts if like they weren't part of a contract, right? Like someone has stuff and they don't know what to do with it themselves necessarily. This guy looks at you. He looks like a cross between a butcher and a blacksmith, right? Like someone who knows how, like, part of his uniform, there's like clearly like ichor and blood stain on, but his tools, half of them are like animal skinning and cutting, and the other half are like, you see there's smithing stuff, tinkering stuff. He looks like based on the way he talks and the way he's dressed and the way he's presented to you all, he looks like someone who like uses these things and can create things from them. He says to you all, okay, well, you got a young dragon here. It's in fairly good condition. None of the limbs are missing. The hide is a little scratched up, but not too bad. Most of the teeth are here. Most of the claws are here. It's only 2 days old, maybe at this point. So a lot of the stuff that you can use in it is still useful at this moment. Do you all have any idea what you wanted to do with it, or would you like some suggestions?
Some suggestions, please.
Sure. If you're looking for coin, whole thing, young dragon this size, and again, this thing is like, it's about the size, it's like horse cart sized, right? It's big, but it's not a like fully grown adult or ancient dragon. This couldn't swallow you in one gulp. All the parts, scales and all that, carcass itself, you want to sell that for coin, you get about 3,000 gold for it, all said. Now, I can make you something from this. Red dragon, young like this, mostly intact, can make a couple different things. Can make you a weapon that has fire, a sword that erupts with fire, anything like that. Could make you a set of armor that can resist the breath of these things. Could make you a bow or crossbow, also shoots out fire. Or could do something a little smaller, ring or amulet that also gives a protection against fire. Now, each one of those items takes a little time to make. There wouldn't be any additional costs, but we would be using the dragon to fund everything. Timeline, it takes about 4 weeks to make something like this. Now, luckily, you got me to do it for you. You go to any of the other jokers in town, you're probably looking at double that time. But I can only make one of them from it. So, what'll it be? Cash or some kind of item?
I'm going to look at our resident fire priest, and Smith for that matter, for her suggestion.
Yeah, I'm gonna dump in the Foundry chat the list of the things that he's talking about.
Hey. So, clarification. One weapon ratio is one weapon, one dragon.
One item. These are the 4 items you can make from this dragon, in its current condition.
Okay.
Dawson's already getting tallies down for future dragons. I mean, I'd say the most immediate thing would between us, I can only and between myself and Merv, I can only get either Kriaz or Ragnarok, a magically infused weapon. So that might be the best way to go.
I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah, I don't imagine you're looking to replace your crossbow, and
fuck no.
Yeah, I didn't think so, and no one else uses one, so that option, while cool, seems out.
I have a clarification question again. I don't remember that well. What was the other option outside of all weapons? The payout is what again?
3K.
Yeah, 3,000 gold pieces.
Divided by
and the
6.
items take 4 weeks to make.
Because right now I am collecting money.
Well, if we got it in
1,000 gold in that platinum, so
if we cashed it in, you would get another 50 platinum towards the weapon with the hag, but that's at the discount. That does require that you take her on a date, at least.
Yes. Also, real quick, wait, because I added 100 platinum to mine.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said 1,000. I was like, wait, I don't remember that number.
1,000 gold. So
okay.
100 platinum is 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Kriaz is looking like you guys are, but
if neither of you wants a weapon that lights on fire, I feel like the ring would be useful to literally any of you.
Look at Ragnarok.
Well, okay, above table. I have so many bonus actions that I don't know if I mean, I want the flame tongue weapon, but that's going to take like 3 rounds. So I don't know if it's best used by me. I think it might be better for Kriaz. But it is a lot of shit ton extra damage, and I do hit pretty consistently.
Kriaz has another option that he's trying to get done.
That's true.
How close are you to that other option?
We have no idea.
Well,
me being Kriaz and myself.
How much money do you have?
If we take the payout, 2,300.
Oh, so I think you have enough because I remember it was just over 2,000. Is that right, Sean?
I believe that it was 2,500 with the date.
Or what is the item again?
If it's I believe this is the Widowmaker. Great. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I can lend you the money you need since you did pay for my shield.
Well, so Kriaz pulls out his glaive and he like holds it out and like stands it up on the ground and is like, this. He's like, the greatsword was cool. Don't get me wrong. However, I'm also saving up 'cause now apparently everything I find that I want is expensive. But I was hoping, because you said you were a forger, to take this, referencing the glaive, and make it more unique, where I could transform. I guess transform would be the word. Shift it between short sword and glaive, like the handle would extend. or retract.
Okay. Yeah, you. I mean, you asked me about that before. Yeah.
And then just keep making modifications to the glaive. Just keep upgrading it. Why not?
Could also get a flame tongue glaive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it won't. I can't really upgrade after that.
That is true.
It'd be really difficult and could break. This one, if it breaks, I could just go buy another regular glaive. But if it works, it gets a cool upgrade.
What's the upgrade mechanically?
Bonus action, shift it to a short sword. Or yeah, that's basically it. It's
Is
like
that an
in the if
upgrade?
you're up. Well, it's like if you're up close, using it to retract it, so or extend it to like
I
get
mean,
out of things.
Sounds like
think I
for my
could
guy.
I could get like a spring in there so it could extend, but you'd have to like push it back in. It's not gonna like you're gonna have to like stand on it probably and like jump.
I don't
Um,
think that's the best option to pogo on a glaive.
I mentioned to Dawson about it. He wanted to kind of make a unique modification to a weapon, right? The idea is that he would need to get both item creation people involved in doing something like this, because the forging would be necessary, but he's asking for like a mechanism, which would need someone like Merv as well to help with that.
I can make a mechanism.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the two of you.
said,
I'm
"Do
trying to
not
get
doubt me."
I'm trying to get the the team on it. So just to make it like clearer for the two, for what it is that he would need in terms of this. It'd be something like it would take downtime to create an item, kind of what he's talking about. To be able to like shift in and out of a different kind of weapon form. Also, the idea is that it would be like a magical item in its creation.
He's like the
So
bonus action when I'm like in close quarters to like instead of 10 feet, be 5 feet. More as like a distraction or like if you have something really long and like it retracts really fast, people get really caught off guard. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. That's how my brain works right now, okay? Like the best description I got.
Then why are you saving up for the Widowmaker?
Oh, I was just saving money. I don't know if this is gonna cost. I figured Ember was gonna charge me.
Well, if in that case, there is the consideration if what you want to have is a magic weapon that will retract to something that is smaller, like you will be losing range. And if that's something you want to pursue, then obviously we're happy to help. If we go the route of getting you the Flame Tongue glaive, then you will always be you'll still be able to attack things that are within 5 feet of you and at 10 feet of you regardless, and you'll be wielding a flaming glaive, which is a cool look. But if that's not something you're interested in, then we can definitely pick something else, since Doug said that it's not going to be super helpful for him either to get a flame tongue.
There's always the ring.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, ring is a strong option.
How much armor? This is just a side question, but how much armor would the armor of fire resistance? Would it be like a medium?
It's any kind of armor, right? So it can be light, medium, or heavy.
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah, do you want that?
Oh, not
I thought
dragon
Murph
scale?
could use something like that.
I didn't want to restrict it to dragon scale, so I wrote
Oh,
any
okay.
armor to allow any of you to choose to have something made with the fire resistance baked in.
You know what,
But
Sean? I appreciate that.
Yeah. Because I mean, they're gonna make it for you, right? So it's not +1. It's just armor base, but it gives you the resistance.
Mm.
It could upgrade your armor.
Oh wait, are we still considering this for me?
I mean,
Kinda.
anybody, but you would be a good candidate for it, seeing as
Yeah.
how I don't wear armor.
I already have fire resist twice.
Double down, I know.
Ruined my
Even
fit. How
typing
dare
that
you.
on your sheet, typing that on your sheet, Ted, I was like, oh, this hurts.
Yeah.
Mm.
Armor's probably the thing we should do if weapons are not calling to anyone. It's just a matter of who it should
Or
go
ring.
to. Is it just the ring of resistance?
Ring of Fire, Ring of Fire resistance. All these items require attunement, just to be clear.
Okay.
I'd say let's do armor because it also does what a ring of fire resistance does, plus that armor bonus.
Yeah. Because
Well,
we
I
don't
thought
have
it's
all
just
of our.
the base version of the armor.
It's
You
just
said it's not
it's
+1.
not a +1, but it is the
Well,
armor. Yeah.
What I'm saying is it's any armor. So like if someone
Yes.
wants to upgrade to something without having to pay for that extra
True.
armor, then this is the time to get it. That's what I
Right.
meant by bonus.
That was exactly what I was thinking.
Good way to get somebody some full plate.
Yeah, exactly.
Full plate would be that still be Krios, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
best person.
It
That
would either
said-
be Krios or me, and I'm already resistant to fire. So
Right. That said, Ember Prime, do you have plate?
me, no.
Triple
Okay.
fire resistance, baby.
Fire resistance.
I am
Do you-
fire.
Do
I
you
could always
want?
upgrade to medium armor.
I could afford full plate if it was a major concern for me.
Okay.
It's
I-
not right now.
All right. I'm just considering, obviously not for the magic, but acquiring you that if that's what you want. We good with doing some full plate fire resistance for Krios? We all good with that?
I'm good.
I'm good with it. Krios, how are you?
I was looking up what it was. I didn't know what full plate was.
Okay.
But
AC of 18.
It's
Yep.
it's the toughest armor that you'll be able to acquire.
You have disadvantage on stealth because you're clanking the fuck around all the time.
that's crazy because I have a 6 in stealth.
And it, well, and it will. Do you have a strength of 15? You
What?
have a
Well,
strength
hold
of
on.
15.
What armor are you in right now?
Chainmail.
Okay, so you already have disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What did you
let's-
say?
let's-
The 6 in stealth. That's his passive stealth. Is 6. His passive stealth.
So you have. What's your strength at? You have a strength of 15?
18.
18. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're just gonna pick up an extra 25 pounds of an
Yeah,
extra 10 pounds of
Yeah, that sounds fine. Yeah. His history is higher than his stealth. He's literally a cat and he can't even bruh.
clink clank clink clank.
I'm just curious because now my brain doesn't work. I'm gonna roll this to see what this looks like.
And hey, like dragon made like full plate will look pretty bitchin'.
It will look
Mhm.
super bitchin'. You kidding?
Super bitchin'.
Just
Like
have to wait
red
a couple weeks.
steel.
Ooh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can incorporate, like in the pauldrons, some of like the claw and teeth. Have it. I mean, you look fucking scary.
Oh, that's wonderful. On the plate, on the gauntlets, where the claws and the toe claws go.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we have like a hint of red so it just looks like it's already covered in blood?
Sure.
They are red scales.
Yeah, so
Throwing that out
I didn't
there.
think the whole thing was just gonna be bright red. Like I get being not stealthy, but like that's like a walking red flag.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be fully made of the scales. We're gonna, infuse the element into the steel itself, but we can add some of the scales in decorative form, of course.
Yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds nice.
Okay, so one set plate mail, fire resistance. Okay, that's gonna take 4 weeks to make. All right, so let's see here. It's the 8th of Tarksal. That's gonna put you 18th, 28th. There's green grass, but that's a holiday. That don't count.
No one be working on green grass.
Green grass is sacred.
You be looking at the 18th of Myrtle.
Can you spell that month's name for me?
How do you not know the official months of D&D?
You know what? I only just started using the calendar for my Monday night game. This is the first time I've used it. And incidentally, we're like a month behind this game in the calendar. So I only know the months because we're going into them.
Because you go, yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. And what was? Did the smith give us his name?
He didn't. You're about to find out. Okay, that one's. I don't know how to pronounce that. This is. Oh, I love this one. The sound. This rolls off the tongue. The name's Thulbert Gavston.
Oh, fucking hell yeah! Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah. Shakes hand vigorously. Got these big maws, right? Just big sausage fingers. He tells you, you come back here on the 18th. This thing will be ready for you. If you can make any, if you can stop in a couple days ahead of time, Kriaz, he says it'll help him with the fitting. Actually, you know what? He's just going to take all your measurements now. So he measures out everything, gets your inseam and all that kind of stuff. He stops and yeah, I was gonna say he stops and asks. He's like, one, I was gonna check, do you have a tail? And then the second is he's like, do you want a tail hole? You want like a thing? So
yes, I want to ferociously slap my tail against the metal.
Okay. Do you want me to take some of the scales and make like a wrapping for your tail?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
So then I could slap somebody with my tail.
You could do that. It's gonna be a pain in the neck to kind of like put on, I suppose, but you'll figure that out. I'll make like a hook mechanism so it kind of, gets in there. All right, very good.
This dude rules.
Okay, you have placed your order with the dragon carcass. Attendants come out, take the cart, roll it into this big fucking workshop. Doors close. You all are left to your own devices.
Is that guy single by chance?
Oh.
Let's find out. Married.
Okay, all right. Never mind.
Wait, let me see. Does he have any weird things? Okay, no, he's not currently cheating on his spouse or anything. Okay.
Holy shit!
Good for him.
Bare minimum. Happy for him.
Yeah, I guess good for the spouse.
Right? All right. What are we feeling like we need to do? Do we need to stay in Bastion for a couple days? Should we head out for that thing for Baracus in a day or so? How are we feeling?
Let's go stab stuff.
All right.
I am of the same mind.
While we're all here, let me take a quick moment. I'd like to introduce my new friend, and I'll point to the wormling on my shoulder. You may have noticed already and just been too polite to ask any questions. Some of you have met already. A well, we'll say a gift from Kieran this morning. Still getting to know one another. Apparently, doesn't have a name yet. I'm working on that as well. But everyone, this is my new friend. New friend, this is everyone, and I will introduce everyone.
Each of you in turn, as like you look at the creature and its eyes meet yours, each of you in turn has this image of like a night sky with the stretching arms of a galaxy and like the billowing colorful clouds of nebula, and then disappears.
Ooh.
You better tweet him right. And he'll do like the 2 fingers to his eyes and 2 eyes to the fingers to yours.
Oh. I was planning on having a conversation with you about that very subject when we get a little bit more time.
In other news, and so stupid, Ragnarok was wearing a scarf today, and he slowly unreveals it. I grew gills last night.
Ooh.
I had a
Wow.
dream that I was being turned into a shark like I had in the past, and I woke up with gills.
You know what? That's pretty awesome.
I,
So can you breathe underwater?
I haven't tried yet, but I assume.
Incredible.
That's certainly something.
I think I'm better at swimming too, and he'll extend his fingers, and there's like a little wet.
You better treat those right.
He nods. Anyone else?
Not to brag or anything, but not too long ago, we just got told I'm gonna get some cool armor. I mean,
Yeah, we were there. Yeah.
I just want to make sure everybody knew.
Yeah, no, we all consented, and
Ragnarok puts up a fishy hand for a high five.
Heck yeah.
right. Well, we gonna just head on out to go fight the mud people.
Well, we do have some extra coin. I was wondering if there was maybe a chance of finding an armorer who is less busy than Mr. Galston here. Might be able to get us something ready made.
Ooh, I like this idea. New stuff to go stab new stuff with.
Wanted to check on the cost of a +1 studded leather armor, fingers crossed.
+1 studded leather. Okay. I have been adding magic stuff in.
Oh,
It's not done because I got one book's armor in, but I have several other sources I want to add into it. But the purpose of it was to roll for what merchants have, and then also the same source, because like it's gonna be a lot, would also roll for like what could be found in the world as well. So let me see what the armor has. I'm just gonna roll a few of the armor. Just because you guys have coin, I just want to let you know. There is access currently now to magical ammunition, magical armor, magic rings, rods, staves, wands, magic weapons, and then different wondrous items. So you can take your chance. I haven't yet built like this merchant has this stuff already as like a, hey, cool, here's the list of it, kind of like how you did for us in Saltmarsh. Because I'm still like adding all of it into everything.
No worries. I think us being able to say we go window shopping, and if we find results, that's more than adequate.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to make it like roll nicely. You know, like, hey, roll 6 things for me. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
do you want me to send you the link for the thing that I use?
Yeah, you can for sure. I mean, I
Yeah.
had like I just told Foundry to like, yo, all the items I made, make a table for me. So like it's rolling it. I just don't know the macro to tell it like, yo, roll me 10 at a time. You know that thing. Okay. But I am gonna roll several. I also haven't sent the prices for this stuff completely yet because the adding the like I haven't even added like how the armor works and the details. It's just name, description, because there's just so many of them. Okay. There is. You're looking for +1 stuff. Okay. Okay. Cool. These showed up too. Incredible. Okay. So, on the less expensive side of things, um, you find you find in a merchant shop um, an item called a badger hide. It's hide armor. It's not +1, but it is. While wearing this hairy black and white armor, you have a burrowing speed of 20 feet, an advantage on checks that rely on smell.
Oh.
Just imagine getting
Oh.
sniped and then you just see dig away. Snipe,
Oh.
dig away.
Um, that's going to for that weird kind of stuff like that. That one itself, that's 2 grand. For that. Sorry, that one's 1,800. It's actually not as expensive because it's not adding any kind of armor bonuses, but the burrowing speed is quite powerful.
Right.
um,
Ragnarok.
Oh, it would only weigh me down,
All right, just wanted to check.
but I do like the extra mobility.
Okay.
Are we all putting in request here? Or are we?
This will be just for what armor, like these are 5 armor pieces. There's actually 6 but they're not those are gauntlets, not actual armor set. Okay, the next one is the sand suit. It's leather, just basic leather armor, but it's +1 basic leather, so not studded leather, just leather. It's created from the body of a destroyed sandworm, and it constantly sheds this sand. However, the this sand always gives off faint echoes of the damned. While wearing this armor, it's a +1 bonus. You can speak and understand Abyssal, and you can move through non-magical, unworked earth and stone at your walking speed.
Jesus.
Doing so, you do not disturb the material. However, due to the weird soul, fiendish kind of part of this, you're susceptible to paladin effects like smites and rangers, primeval, things that like you appear as fiend while wearing it. It has charges that recharge, and as a reaction, when you're hit, you can expend a charge and make the armor flow like sand, and you can potentially reduce the amount of damage you're about to take. That item is quite expensive.
I don't think psychically I'm prepared to actually handle what wearing this would do.
Yeah, that armor, that's 8,000 gold for that. Wait, it's +1. Yeah, +1, not +2. That armor is 6,000 gold. There's a shield. The Brazen Bulwark. It's a +1 shield. As an action, you can plant the shield in the ground, and it transforms into a steel wall, 10 foot high, 3 inches thick, 20 feet wide. Has arrow slits. The walls can be damaged. It's 2 10-foot sections essentially. They can be broken, but you can just basically slam the shield in the ground and expand out and protect basically wall stuff. Once you use the wall property, you can't use it again till dawn. That item is 3,000 gold.
Merv, how does that one make you feel?
Some kind of way.
In the future, I'll have these in a list so like you all can actually just see what they all do and everything. Okay. The next set you find is Fell Forged armor. This is plate mail. It's steam powered magic armor. It has a +1 bonus, and your strength score increases by 2. And you gain the ability to cast Speak with Dead as an action. This armor is cursed.
Yes.
As long as you remain cursed, you will exude an unnatural aura causing beasts with intelligence 3 or less to be frightened and like just try to run from you. Right? While cursed, you never want to fucking take the armor off, of course. But you have disadvantage on attack rolls against ghosts and shit. Incorporeal stuff.
Kind of our thing.
Yeah. So like ghosts, while wearing this, ghosts kind of fuck you up. Any incorporeal undead, you are they're gonna mess you up a little bit. But +1 plate mail.
+1 plate mail and +2 strength, which is
and +2 strength, which is very, very good. That one is 9,000 gold.
It would be
Quite expensive. Okay. The last armor set this person has is incredible that it showed up. Is the Warlock's Aegis. It's leather armor. While you attune to this mundane-looking suit of leather armor, symbols related to your patron burn themselves into the leather. The colors change themselves to closely whatever colors associated with your patron it kind of turns into. While wearing this armor, you can use your action to expend a spell slot to increase your AC by an amount equal to your charisma modifier for the next 8 hours. The armor can't be used that way again till the next dawn. So it's like a mage armor on top of your armor for Warlock specifically. It also requires attunement specifically by Warlock. That item, due to the insane AC bonus it gives you, is a little pricey. It's 7,000 gold for that.
And you said the shield was 3, right?
Shield was 3,000, yes.
And the first armor.
The Badger hide is 1,800.
That one is leather base?
Hide. Which is a medium, which you can wear, right?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, be just a little guy crawling in the ground.
Yeah, it's a really powerful fucking idea, isn't it?
Yeah. Merv popping out of the dirt.
Little fucking dig dug.
Yeah.
With a good snoot.
The last item this person has, armor wise, is a set of gauntlets. They're called. It's technically a wondrous item, but it's in here because it's a armor part of an armor set. Gauntlets are the crashing waves. While wearing these gauntlets on a critical melee hit, You may cause all creatures within 5 feet of you to make a DC 13 Strength saving throw or be knocked prone. You can use it once per long rest. These ones, only 800 gold.
Oh shit, Ragnarok.
Yeah, can you say that one more time?
Yeah. While wearing them, you have to on a crit. You may cause all creatures, so you can't choose. Your allies can't be exempt from it, right?
Yeah.
All creatures within 5 feet of you make a DC 13 Strength saving throw or be knocked prone. So if you crit on your first hit, right, you can try to get them, knock them prone, and then you have base advantage on them with that. But you use it once a day, essentially. Does require attunement.
I'm gonna pass it up. Just
You
because
sure?
I already get advantage, and as much as he has a rivalry with Kriaz, pushing him down isn't the best idea. Might be better for Kriaz though.
I'm about to
It's
have
true.
the full plate.
Yeah, but that's 4 weeks away.
Ow!
Also, these are gauntlets, right? So you can wear.
These
Yeah.
are gauntlets, yeah.
And they're really inexpensive compared to everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything else it's quite expensive, but pretty bonkers.
This actually kits well with a lot of your maneuver stuff that you've had and been using, which is just like stopping things from moving, knocking shit prone. Not only will you then get advantage on them, but they're gonna have to. It'll be a bitch for them to get back up.
Mm,
Although it's a 5-foot range, is that right?
Yeah.
Which might be the only hiccup, just being that you're a long range weapon. I mean, you can still attack from 5 feet, but if you want to treat yourself, this is a good time to do it.
I was gonna go look at weapons.
Eh.
Same.
I might circle back around to the mole armor.
Yeah.
I need to go window shopping at like the alchemist shop and the fucking see if I could peddle some dragon blood.
Anything catch Ember's eye?
No.
Cal, can you even? I mean, you started with sorcerer, right? Do you have armor proficiency?
I do not.
You should have
Alright.
gotten it when you multiclassed into Warlock.
Yeah,
Does it grant that?
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure.
At
Yeah.
the very least, it grants light armor.
Yeah, I have light armor proficiency.
Oh,
You're correct.
okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
you would be able to get. I thought I
Mhm.
thought with the multi-class it only worked if you did Hexblade.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, but apparently I am wrong.
Yeah.
So good news. So I
Hexblade
can
grants
save.
medium.
Yeah.
All warlocks get light, so that's why you get that when you multiclass.
Because that armor is bonkers.
Yeah, it is.
Is it better than your Draconic Sorcerer base armor class, though? Like without the extra boost from spending a spell slot.
Yeah, very good because you have
Interesting.
your own AC that you calculate.
Yeah, it's like
You
the
have 13,
Warforged
which is
problem.
basically studded leather.
Right.
So the +1 leather would be the same, but you would be able to spend the warlock slot.
Yeah,
If I've done my math right, and I could very well be very wrong on that.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it ends up not being that different because my dex mod is the same as my charisma mod, at least currently.
Yeah, maybe for you that might not be quite
Right.
as juicy because
Right.
you're a dragon. Yeah. Still
Cool.
something to consider. May
Yeah.
because if you boost your if you boost your charisma again, you
Mhm.
might not boost your dex again, right? So
Right.
then it might become a little juicier. I don't know how long these things will sit in a shop. I haven't determined that yet. But they are here now. Cool. That's the armor stuff. People wanted to look at weapons. Is that correct?
Weapons.
Weapons?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
sure. Very good. Yeah, there's a mix of stuff in here. Cool. First up is the Umbral Chopper. It's
Alright.
any axe. So it could be an axe of any kind that somebody wanted. Um, the simple axe looks no different than a standard forester tool, but it was found by a timber hauling crew who disappeared into the shadows of a deep, dark cave in an old forest. Retrieved in the darkness of the cave, the axe was found to possess disturbing magical properties. It's a +1 axe that deals necrotic instead of slashing. And when you hit a plant creature, they need to make a con save or take extra necrotic damage. While carrying this axe, you can also use an action to cast the darkness spell. This weapons. This axe. 2,800 gold. And then, another axe. The Mountain Hewer. This is specifically a great axe. This is a +2 weapon. Massive head made from chiseled stone. Chips of the stone always seem to fall off, though it never shows signs of wear. You can speak a command word, and small stones begin swirling around the axe, and it sheds light. As a bonus action, you choose a creature you see. They need to make a wisdom save, or they make a wisdom save each time it's damaged by your axe, or it becomes frightened until the end of your turn. Creatures of large size or greater have disadvantage on the save. Once you use that property, you can't use it again until the next dawn. +2 weapon. That one is 5 Gs. Okay. There's actually a shield in here. Okay. I know why. I know why it's in here. It's the Shield of Gnawing. Requires attunement by a barbarian. Wooden rim of this battered oak shield is covered in bite marks. Well, while wielding the shield, it's a +1 shield, so it's normal +2 and then the +1 on top. So in addition, so you get the shield AC benefits. In addition, you can use the shove action as a bonus action while raging. And then special features the gnawing attack. If you bite down on the shield while moving at least 20 feet straight towards a creature and then hit it with a melee attack, it'll take an extra 4d6 necrotic damage. And you gain temp HP equal to the damage done. Once used, can't be used. Once you use that, you can't use it till the next dawn. So
There's no way I can afford this.
It's for you, baby girl. How much is it gonna be?
Okay, +1 shield. With a little monster biting kind of stuff onto it. It's actually pretty reasonable. That one's only 2,800. Pretty reasonable.
Where are you at, Dougie?
Yeah, how much do you
18.
have? What?
18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some of us didn't give our money over from one character to the next. Dawson.
I'm money hungry.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the best one for the last, probably. Okay. The next one, weapon wise, the Mordant Blade. Any weapon that deals slashing damage, so it could be glaive or anything else. Use a bonus action to speak a magical command word and cause the blade to weep a caustic green acid. While weeping acid, it deals an extra 2d6 acid damage to any target it hits, so that's every hit it does. The weapon continues to weep acid until you use a bonus action to tell it to stop. Once a day ability, Acid Arc. While holding the weapon, use an action to swing it in a wide arc, and you spray acid in a 15-foot cone. Everybody in the cone makes a dex save. They take 4d6 acid on a fail. Not a +1, but it is magic and then has the extra 2d6. This is like a flame tongue, which is 5,000.
Of course.
Mhm.
It's not a good fit at all, but I'd love to see Merv just spinning this thing around and spraying acid everywhere.
Yeah, make a little short sword or something for him. Okay, I don't know that the person for the last item. I don't know the person. It's very much for. Well, I don't know. I think this might be something that you'd get anyway. The Mountaineer's crossbow.
Oh God.
And I rolled this off a table. I didn't pick this. This crossbow has a weathered look and has scenes of mountain etched into the stock. It has an adamantine grappling hook and cable built into this magic crossbow. While no ammunition is loaded, you can use an action firing the grappling hook at a surface, structure, precipice, or other location within 60 feet. The grappling hook magically attaches to the surface and connects the crossbow via adamantine cable. While attached to the surface and you are holding the crossbow, you can use an action command to reel yourself and up to 1,000 pounds of willing creatures and objects connected to you to that surface.
Batman.
Speaking a second command word releases the thing, reattaches it, and everything winds back up into a little pocket dimension inside the thing. The cable can be damaged and broken. If the cable is broken, you can't use it like this for 24 hours. It's just like it's not a +1 crossbow. It doesn't magically create ammo, but it is a grappling, people moving, item moving thing.
Right, like this has utility outside of it being a crossbow. Like,
yeah. This bad boy here, 800 gold, baby.
There's no way.
Oh, come on.
Well, you can buy it.
It's just, it doesn't do extra damage, right? All it is a grappling hook. You
This
could
is his way to
technically you could throw a grappling hook and do the same thing this is doing.
I need to go to an alchemist and try to sell some dragon blood.
This is his way of trying to get Rainier to get rid of this overpowered crossbow so he doesn't have to deal with it.
No. This thing is just so cool. I love the grappling crossbow.
It is cool. It's just like we have very good climbers and we've done a lot of mountaineering already.
Yeah.
Like,
I've got all these climbing kits.
You got these climbing kits,
Climbing kits.
Yeah, the only big thing is like the taking a bunch of people with you.
Yeah,
that's being a single trip.
What kind of crossbow is this?
It's any crossbow. I would want this to be at least a light crossbow, though.
Yeah.
A hand crossbow.
I don't want a hand crossbow. God, hand crossbow would be Batman as fuck.
Really fucking bad.
Batman. Hold up. How dare you?
Where are you gonna go? You're gonna go deeper?
Oh gosh, here we go.
Yes.
Wait, what am I missing?
I was actually picturing this
in the
exact
Discord.
image.
It's in Discord.
Like the whole time we were talking about grappling hook.
Yeah, hell yeah. I could be persuaded to have it be a hand crossbow if someone bought it. Okay, that's the weapons that have been rolled for it. So a little pricey, but you know.
Now I want to know the curio shop, the rings and belts and bullshit. Like,
well, before we move on, I would like to talk to Cal.
Oh, Darkwing Duck, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you can talk to Cal for sure.
Cal, you're a good person. I wanted to discuss with you the more ramifications of your new ability.
Oh, what's that now?
You heard it.
Wondering if you were to use your new voice on we're outside, the lovely shopkeeper now, and perhaps talk him down from the price that it's currently at for that lovely shield. How would you feel about this?
Well, wait, how much is the lovely shield?
2,800.
And how much money do you have?
I was wrong before. A little less than 1,400. So not even half.
Very well. Well, I mean, look, I certainly could use the voice, but I don't know that that's really necessary. I mean, maybe we should just stick with good old classic negotiation. What do you say?
Okay.
Well, we'll keep it in the back pocket in case things go really poorly.
That's a better idea.
Okay, well, so let's see. It's 2,800 for the shield, and you've got about 1,400.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Let's go talk with the shopkeeper. Shopkeep.
Yes.
The price on that shield that is beat to fuck.
Eaten to fuck.
Do you say beaten? Oh, I said beaten. You said eaten.
Mm.
Either way, it looks as if it might fall apart at any moment, which is not to say that we don't recognize its value. Surely we do, otherwise we wouldn't be negotiating with you. But it is to say that others probably will have a difficult time seeing its value, which means it might be hard to move. But here,
I can pick it up just fine.
Well, if that's what you want to do with it, is just pick it up and parade up and down the aisles of your shop, well, then you go right ahead. But if you would like to exchange it for coin, I'm afraid that many people that come in will just look at it and say, that much money for that beat-up old thing? No. But we, on the other hand, we're quite interested. So I thought perhaps we could play Let's Make a Deal.
Mm. All right. I do want to be clear about something, though. You understand it's supposed to have these marks in. It's not beat up.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's beat up on purpose, but
right,
it's supposed to look like this.
Yes, absolutely. I and my friend, we understand that, and that's why we are interested in purchasing it. But
these are vintage bite marks.
Yes, well, that may be, but not finding connoisseurs as learned about these things as my friend and I are is rather difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And so to many people, it may just look as if it were a beat-up old shield that you were trying to get an insane amount of money for.
Well, they would be stupid and ugly, probably.
Well, I don't know that there's any reason to cast aspersions on the physicality, but I agree that they would be missing an opportunity. But I'm just saying, I'm guessing you don't have many people inquiring about that particular item, and yet here we are, a rather expensive item, and we're interested, and we'd like to negotiate. Are you willing to negotiate with us?
Sure. Make your offer, sir.
Well, 2,800, that does seem
organic.
Awfully high, if I do say so. How about 2,300?
Oh, I have 3 kids to feed. What is it that you'd like me to do? 2,300 gold.
Yes.
2,650.
2,650. Can we split the difference at 25 and we'll call it done?
Make a persuasion check. Quite good.
Ooh, nice. I had my inspiration ready.
Well, you are right. Not a lot of people have been coming in and looking at this particular one. You got a deal, buddy.
Wonderful. How much money do you have, Doug?
Plus 8, 1396. Oh wait, I have some silver pieces too.
Well,
oh
I
yeah,
will
I
give
can do, I
you.
can do a full 14.
How much do you have, Kyle? Oh, if you don't mind.
I will give you the 100 platinum that I just got. Actually, I'll give you the 100 platinum that I just got and 200 gold. So that's 1,200 gold, basically.
And then, how much was it? 25
Yeah.
or 26? 25.
25.
Am I doing my math right?
Cal, you gave him 1,200? Is that correct?
Yeah. Did you say you had 1,400? So you only need 100 gold from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was confused on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to put up 1,300 to get to 25.
Oh, in that case, take 100 back because I can, unless you want me to have that extra 100.
Nope. So you're putting up 1,400. I'm putting up 1,100.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, hell yeah. The Shield of Gnawing is in your inventory. I will, between this session and next, go ahead and make sure like it functions correctly.
And now I need a weapon that I can use with one hand that isn't a hand axe.
Okay.
Thank
Some
you, Cal.
curios. First up is the Wand of Giggles.
The classic starting strong.
Yeah. It's a wand tipped with a feather, has 3 charges. You hold it and use an action to expend a charge. Point the wand at a humanoid you can see within 30 feet. They must succeed on a DC 10 charisma save or be forced to giggle for 1 minute. The giggling doesn't prevent them from taking actions or moving, they just begin to giggle. It expends all charges daily. If you expend the last of its 3 charges, you roll a d20. On a 1, the wand transforms into a wand of tears, which I'm sure you can guess what that does. This wand never blows up. It will always flop between giggling and crying. That there. That's 180 gold.
Fuck.
For a fun little wand of giggles. Cool. Next up is the Ring of Remembrance. This ring. This ring is a sturdy piece of string tied at the ends to form a circle. While wearing it, use an action to evoke its power by twisting it on your finger. When you do so, you have an advantage on the next intelligence check you make to recall information. Once you use it that way, you can't use it again until the next dawn. That one is 300 for the Ring of Remembrance. Next here, another. Are these all rings? It rolled all rings.
Oops, all rings.
Oops, all rings. The Ring of Bravado, a polished brass ring with 3 charges. While wearing the ring, you are inspired to.
Oh, Jesus.
You are inspired to do daring acts that risk life and limb, especially if such acts would impress or intimidate others who witness them. When you choose a course of action that could result in serious harm or possible death, your GM has the final say if the action qualifies. You expend one of the charges to roll a d10 and add that number rolled to any d20 roll you make to achieve success or avoid damage, such as athletics check to scale a sheer cliff, or avoid falling, or a dexterity saving throw to run through a hallway filled with swinging blades. It recharges at dawn. If you fail a roll, and you fail the roll only by 1, the ring will regain a charge as it recognizes a valiant effort. This item here, hold on, let me double check. Remembrance is that 500 gold for the Ring of Bravado.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Next is the Umbral Band. A blackened steel ring cold to the touch. While wearing the ring, you have dark vision out to a range of 30 feet and advantage on stealth checks while in an area of dim light or darkness. That one is 350.
That's all that one is, just to be sure.
350, yeah.
Well, that's
The
a good one.
last is the Ring of Ursa. It's a wooden ring set with a strip of fossilized honey. While wearing this ring, you gain the following benefits. Your strength score increases by 2, maximum of 20. You have advantage on persuasion checks to interact with bear folk. In addition, while attuned,
No. I saw this piece of shit at the Bare Necessities. This is bullshit.
In addition, while attuned to the ring, your hair grows thick and abundant. Your facial features grow more snout-like and your teeth elongate. If you aren't a bear folk, you gain the following benefits. You can make a bite attack as an unarmed strike. It does pretty good damage with your bite attack. It's a D6 plus strength. And you also gain the power for build, and you count as one size larger for determining your carrying capacity. Push, pull, drag, lift.
Now I want to see either Ragnarok or Krios just get absolutely fucked up on this. Like what? Your biology's just a fucking mess.
I can already do all that.
Yeah,
true.
but now you just
Except for the bear
throw-
folk stuff.
Yeah, chuck a bear in there.
+2 strength though if you're not capped out.
How much is this?
I'm
Yeah.
capped out.
I am working out how much the +2 strength, and then the being a bear,
Being a bear. Being the bear
becoming
folk.
bear.
Luckily, he already has a snout.
That is true. I was gonna ask you, but I want to know after this. I don't want to set myself up too much.
No, it's gonna make you look weird.
You
You're
would
not gonna look right.
Yeah, you'd be Bearcat for sure.
Yeah.
Bearcat.
Bearcat for sure.
Somebody
okay.
shows up, just scream Bearcat.
Strength.
We've got a
gets
mascot for somebody, the
gets a bunny.
Bearcats.
The Bearcats? I
I
don't know.
swear to God that's a college mascot.
Cincinnati, maybe?
I am correct. The Bearcat is University of Cincinnati. Good call, Adam.
Yo, big. I mean, this does a lot, but
Does it really?
I mean, well, it does for not you. It does a lot because it gives like extra attack and
extra
big
hair.
extra hair, extra
Snout.
carrying and all that.
Snout.
But I want it priced to really tempt someone to use it, so it's 1,500 gold for this ring. That'll get you in with the bear.
I mean,
people.
+2
Is it not
strength.
permanent?
No, it's attunement. It's not cursed or anything either.
That's not the selling point you think it is.
I mean, look,
Wait,
plus
what?
two. Plus two.
Well,
strength
all the other
1,500.
bear stuff at the Bear Necessities was all cursed. So
+2 strength for 1,500 is a fucking bargain.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a super bargain. Yeah.
The
Oh,
dark
yeah.
vision. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
The dark vision ring. Is that right?
Ring,
The
the Umbral
Umbral
Band.
Band.
Yeah, it requires attunement.
300, you said.
350.
350. That's really good.
How much can I get for 2 bottles of dragon blood?
Dragon blood? I don't know what dragon blood. I was gonna tell you I was gonna tell you, Cody, but like, Cody, you tell me what you think dragon blood does as an alchemist.
To an alchemist?
Right,
Oh,
like what kind of things do you think it would do? And we're
use
gonna
it
go
as,
from
like,
there, you know?
base for like a fire resistance potion or
That kind of stuff, yeah. How many vials do you have?
I got 2 bottles. I've already used up part of one.
Yeah,
So it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
count.
Yeah. As a basis, because they can make fire resistance from it, right?
Figure or something equivalent, right?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I
if
like
anything's
that
limited
idea.
to that.
I like that idea. I was gonna leave it open up to you to kind of be a little creative with it, and how you like you wanted to use it to like juice your own stuff in some way. You want to sell it flat out, and I like the idea of fire because it's from a red dragon as well. The potions were 300 each. You have 2 of them. I'd say they'd offer you 200 per vial that you have.
Deal.
Okay.
Also, they're not like when they ask for vials, Murph pulls out like a fucking glass bottle.
Yeah, it's
Like,
the pint.
yeah.
Yeah.
That he just put underneath the fucking like bleeding dragon stump and just tried to catch some. It's sticky as fuck on the outside.
Super.
Yeah, it'll work for me.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah. There is that was just like the supposed to be ring rods and staffs. There's not a lot of stabs because all the stabs are fucking broken to all hell.
Any bitchin' cloaks.
Right. It'd be like giving you guys stabs of power like it's like double the power of that at this level. It's like nuts. I just couldn't bring myself to do that. And none of the rods rolled. And really none of the wands. There's also sorry, I just wanted to give you, I don't want to like take up too much time with this, but there's the last thing of wondrous items.
Ooh,
which
yes.
I'm rolling some of them, some of the stuff on the list you guys actually own already. I'm just trying to get past it. Okay, sick. Yeah, these things are cool. Okay. First up is the Boots of Pouncing. Soft leather boots with the collar of an albino death weasel fur. When you wear these boots, your walking speed becomes 40, unless your walking is higher. Your speed is still reduced if you are encumbered by heavy armor, so it doesn't fix that for you. If you move at least 20 feet straight towards a creature and hit with a melee weapon attack, the target must succeed a DC strength save or be knocked prone. If the target's knocked prone, you can make one additional melee attack against it as a bonus action. These ones, the function isn't super crazy. The speed is really the thing here for it. Reasonable. I'll say 600 to get 40 speed. That sounds really cheap to me.
Just for, knowledge purposes. What happens if your speed's already higher?
It is whatever your speed is then. So this wouldn't have a speed effect to you. Yeah, so if you move 50, the speed doesn't change you. You still move 50.
Okay.
Cloak of the Bear Folk.
Oh God.
What? Hold on. He's around here, isn't he? That fucking guy.
Should we be worried? Are we being followed?
He's
That
just back there throwing
they're
in new
fucking-
things.
They're
Bear
partners.
guy.
I don't know what to tell you.
This
Yeah,
is my satellite location.
He shows up on the TV.
A weird bear pervert.
While wearing this cloak, your Constitution score is 15, and you have proficiency in the athletic skill. The cloak has no effect if you already have proficiency or your Constitution is 15 or
I swear to God, I
higher.
thought you were gonna say it has no effect if you're already bareful.
If you're a bear, this does This item is not cursed.
not for bears.
Is not for bears. A funky thing, but I think everyone's con is like jacked
Yeah.
up in this party. It's 850 if anybody wants hit points. Okay. The Parapet of Eldritch Knowledge.
Ooh. that a
This
book?
pendant, it is not. A parapet is like a necklace.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, not parapet. A periapt. Periapt. This pendant consists of a hollow metal cylinder on a fine silver chain, capable of holding one scroll. This also requires attunement by a spellcaster. Put the scroll in the pendant. It is added to your list of known or prepared spells, but you must still expend a spell slot to cast it. If the spell has, if you can upcast it, then you can cast the upcasted versions of it. If you have meta magic options, you can apply meta magic. When you cast the spell, the scroll is not consumed. If the spell in the scroll is not on your class's list, you can't cast it unless it is half of the level of the highest spell that you can cast. So there's a potential to cast things that you don't have access to.
Silver barbs.
Silver barbs, baby. The pendant can hold only one scroll at a time. You can remove or replace the spell scroll as an action. When you remove or replace the scroll, you don't immediately gain spell slots that you expend. So you don't regain spell slots cast on it if you just put a new one in there, right? Yeah, and then you regain your spell slots recover as normal for however your class does it. So, an item that gives you access to a spell outside your normal range. That bad boy is a flat 1,000.
Sorry, what?
It's 1,000 gold for that.
Oh, I thought you said a plat 1,000. I was like, I'm sorry.
What
Flat
about
1,000.
spells that are on your list but are higher than you can cast?
Um,
Because it can.
Well, it
You
requires
sti-
a spell slot to cast
to
them,
use,
so-
yeah. So if it's like 5th level scroll and you don't have a 5th level slot, then you can't use it, right? Because you don't have the. Because this is not using like the scroll as normal, right? This is giving you access to a spell that like you use your spell slots as normal, right? So let's say it's
So you put
let's-
you put a scroll into it, and you basically then treat it as though that spell that is on the
Mhm,
scroll you have prepared.
You have it, in your list of stuff. Yeah. So if it's Greater Restoration, you can keep it in there. Like, I just picked Greater Restoration. I think Cloud Kill is 5th level, a 5th level spell. So if you want Cloud Kill, but you don't have the slots for it, you can't cast it in this way. You can take the scroll out and read it and attempt to cast it like normal, or you just wait until you can, and then you have access to it.
That's a good use for like Revivify. Not saying that that's what we need to or should do with it, but like that would be a good use for a good utility for that.
Yeah.
I'm just really curious. Are we the same person?
This is all like different shops, right?
Mhm.
You know, you're moving about the city and that kind of thing, right?
I was very much curious. why this
Maybe
guy
you
had all
took a
this.
trip to the Undercity and talked to the Bear Man, you know, because I haven't built like the specific what is in which shop, right? Okay, so casting scroll stuff. There's only 2 items left. Angelic earrings.
Ooh.
These earrings feature platinum loops which hang like bronze claws. These are claws freely given by an angelic hound. While wearing these earrings, you have advantage on insight checks to determine if a creature is lying or has an evil alignment. If you cast Detect Good and Evil while wearing the earrings, the range increases to 60 feet, and the spell lasts 10 minutes without concentration.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
I sure can. When you have these rings, if you cast Detect Evil and Good while wearing them, the range increases to 60 feet, and the spell will last 10 minutes without concentration. Those are 800 gold.
And the rings don't let you cast the spell; they just enhance it if you do.
They enhance it. Yeah. You don't get the spell. It's if you cast it. Okay. The last item here is the Heliotrope Heart. It's a polished orb of dark green stone, latticed with pulsing crimson inclusions that slowly resemble dilating splatters of blood. While attuned to the orb, your hit point maximum cannot be reduced by the bite of a vampire, vampire spawn, or other vampiric creature. Doug, you may be interested.
Thank you, Sean.
Vikaris' eye twitches somewhere.
Good night, everybody.
In addition, while holding the orb, you can use its command word to cast the second level version of False Life. Once you use the property, you can't use it till the next dawn. They are selling this item. This item is cursed. While attuned to it, let's see. As you remain cursed, you don't want to let go of the item. Your shadow seems abnormally gaunt and will sometimes move of its own volition, as if it is alive.
Fuck it.
As a
Get
result,
that on. Third shadow, hell yeah.
As a result, you have disadvantage on performance and persuasion checks.
Wait, I have a lot of questions, not necessarily about. Well, not even a lot. I feel like I missed something. Who's the third? Okay, that would be the third. But who's the other two shadows? I know Merv's got his water boy. Where's the other one?
No, this would be the third one. Just another fucked up shadow.
Another weird shadow thing going to it. The Heliotrope Heart is 800 gold because it gives a couple different things and a spell. A lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff we went over.
Is there anything you wanted?
Yeah, Ember, did any of those shields or spellcasting items, like the scroll storing one or anything, call out to you?
The scroll storing ring could be interesting, but nothing screaming at me.
Anything whispering to you?
Yeah.
What about Merv?
So the mole man armor, I think it actually is I go down 1 AC because it's fucking hide instead of studded leather.
Hard to hit someone who's on the ground.
It's true.
Yeah, it's only a burrow though. It's not like the sand storm one that lets you meld into stone.
Burrow is
Somebody's trying to hit you, just walk through world.
Yeah, burrow's natural dirt. Yeah, unworked, dirt.
What all things can you burrow through?
Burrow speed,
Mud, dirt, ice.
Probably not bog,
Sand.
realistically.
That's actually, We might have to look into burrow speed.
A monster that has burrowing speed can use that speed to move through sand, earth, mud, or ice. Can't burrow through solid rock unless it has some special trait to do so.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so dirty, dirt-like material.
I think
And-
the badger burrowing armor is really kick-ass, but I think you could make some really good use of the barricade shield as well, just like as consideration.
How much was that one?
There's 23.
The shield, the brazen bulwark, the one that makes the wall, is 3,000 gold.
Okay.
It's a +1 shield, and it makes a gigantic, a 20-foot wall that you all can shoot through.
Mm-hmm. How would that do against like radiant AoEs, I guess? Because some AoEs are obviously like it moves around corners and stuff, but like this would be total cover. Is that right?
It specifically gives it. It provides 3/4 cover to creatures behind it.
Excellent.
And how
Yeah.
big is it?
It's a 20-foot. It's 10 foot high, 3 inches thick, up to 20 foot wide. Because of the way each 10 foot section is how they give health and points to it. So the minimum it could be is 10 feet. So it's 10 foot wide or 20 foot wide, because that's how they give an AC and hit points.
Okay, and it has to just be like a straight wall.
Has to be a straight wall, yeah.
How does it deactivate?
Like,
how do you pick it back up?
Yeah. As an action, you plant it in, blah, blah, blah. Both sections, I would say you use an action to undo it as well. It doesn't specifically say that. Oh, sorry, it absolutely does. The wall remains in place for 1 hour, or until you use an action while within 5 feet to don the shield again.
That
Okay,
makes
and you
sense.
can use it how much?
Once
like
per day.
Once per day.
It's per dawn, but once per day.
So once you use the action to put it back on your back,
You gotta sleep.
yeah.
Well, you gotta hit a dawn. Because sleeping and dawn are not necessarily always the same thing. Yep. Each section of the wall, right? Each 10-foot section, it's AC 17, hit points 30. Subject to like object rules if there's like fireballs going on, that kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it takes both sections to be broken for the shield to then revert. So if they break one section, the other section still remains.
Well, I currently have 2295. So I'm quite a ways away off of that.
22. I think that this is worth like pooling some cash for too. The other consideration I'm also looking at for either you or me, because we can both make use of it, would be the umbral band that gives dark vision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that one's cheap.
That one's very cheap for dark vision and a little bonus on stealth. If any of these items you're one but are unsure, it's half down essentially is gonna hold that item for you. I might revisit that at a later point, especially for the ones that are like super expensive. If you were like, can I get a payment plan kind of thing going on? I just haven't, I haven't gotten that far with it.
Love a payment plan.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like, yo, I want this, I just, can we start a payment plan for it? But I think that can be arranged.
Huh.
Are you compelled to it? Are you interested enough to like invest in it, or do you think you can let it go?
The shield, be decent.
I've got cash I can put forward.
and I'd be happy to put some money to it too. But it kind of depends on like if this really calls to you, we should get it. But if you're kind of feeling wishy-washy for any reason besides cost, then maybe we don't need to worry about it.
Largely, I'm feeling wishy-washy in the sense that I don't want to spend like all of the money I have for
Okay.
it in case something, like more utility stuff crops up.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say like you're coming up to like, so it's the 8th of a 10-day week. I don't think these items are gonna rotate out for like several days, right? My idea was like, I determined the timeline, but at a certain point, the inventory rotates out, right? So you can come back in a few days and see if you want it, or you can put a deposit and hold it.
Ember, how would you feel about putting like 500 in? I put 500 in to it.
That's fine. If you need your cash for the ring or something, I can put the full 1,000. I just got the platinum.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could really use the ring. I mean, we both could, but I'm good taking the ring. Like Cody, would you be okay with doing if it's 3,000 and Ember does 1? Are you good doing 2, or does that make you feel uncomfortable?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
What was the thing that was 1,000 towards the end of the list? I can't remember.
At the end of the list, there's the angelic earrings, which like help with like detecting lies. That's 800. There's the heliotrope heart. That's the vampire stuff. That's 800 as well. And then for 1,000 is the Periapt of Eldritch Knowledge, the spell scroll necklace.
We don't have any scrolls in loot currently, correct?
I have a scroll of haste.
I've got 2 scrolls. I've got a scroll of Earthbind and a scroll. Actually, 3 scrolls. I've got Dimension Door, Earthbind, and Wall of Ice.
Yeah. I've got haste and locate creature.
Cleric with haste, pretty good.
Can't cast it. It's not on my list, so I'd have to have I think 6 level slots, right?
I think that is yeah, based on how this works, yeah.
Yeah. Technically, I can't cast it yet either.
Well, haste is on your list at least. I mean, you still need the slots to do it. Which I guess is the problem. Never mind.
But it should be on Cal's list, and like that actually would mean that he could make use of the item for specifically the case of having haste available. But
or Dimension Door, as the case may be.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is with my multi-class right now, the highest slot level I have is 2.
That's right.
Right.
I mean, it sounds like that the scroll necklace would be like a longer term investment if you purchase it now, knowing that like this will pay off and be useful, in a few levels. So,
would that be something we'd want to like?
How much is that?
1,000. Did you say scroll hole?
I said we can buy a scroll.
Oh, okay.
And then I think I just kind of breathed out.
Just put it in the scroll hole.
Put it in the scroll hole, dude.
I mean, that is something that we could, if you guys wanted, we could work on getting a down payment for it, and then when it would be more useful and when we have more cash, we can pick it up.
For 1,000, I would gladly chip in, even if I didn't use it. Like, that's just a flat good like item. Like, I'd chip in like 250 or something if we wanted to split it up, or we could put the majority of it on group loot for 400 gold. it wouldn't be the majority of it, but put part of it on the group loot.
Yeah, I could pitch in like 100 gold. Put that thing on layaway.
Yeah, if you guys want to put half down, 500 into it to hold it permanently until you either cancel or purchase it, you can do so.
I was gonna offer it up to Merv. For the shield, I was planning on it anyway. Giving 1,500 if you would put 15.
Hmm.
And then the necklace, still I'll pitch in and get the necklace too.
Yeah, but you're saving up for a
I
thing,
was
right?
I was saving because I didn't know if Amber was gonna be expensive.
I don't know what's involved in the crafting of that, but like she's not charging you for labor or anything like that. It would just be purely whatever the materials are.
Yeah, okay, I can work with that. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm not saving that bad.
Yeah, something the non-magical version of what you're talking about is fairly cheap and won't take that long. But if you wanted like hey, a +1 version of the thing, then like you're gonna need to go get ingredient to cause that to be enchantable, right? So that's where the cost comes from. And then Ember may charge you. I don't know, but I doubt that she will.
But if we do it this way, we can get both items.
So that you guys want that shield, the Brazen Bulwark?
Hmm.
I think we're deciding. We're
Give me a
deciding.
second.
I can throw money in too if we're feeling it.
Yeah, I mean, we all did just receive like 100 plat. Okay, I could throw in 1,500 for the shield. I have more money than I thought I did because I wasn't doing conversion right.
Okay, I was wondering where
Platinum
your money
12.
went. You hadn't bought anything yet.
No, I have substantially more than I thought
Okay.
because I just wasn't. I don't know what I was doing with platinum, but I was not calculating it right at all. Because I had a good amount of platinum just saved up that I hadn't spent on anything.
I'd be happy to put 500 in for that.
So, who else contributing to it? To the shield, I should say.
So far, you got 2,000, right? Your 1,500,
Yeah.
and then 500 from Rainier.
Oh, well, if Rainier's helping towards that, then my brain 3,000, correct? So yes, I'll give 1,000.
There you go.
Okay.
So you only need 500 left.
Huh?
It's 3,000. You have 1,500, right?
Right. And
Sorry.
Yeah.
Then you got the 500
Yeah.
from Rainier to 2,000, then your 1,000. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was
Shop
like,
keep
wait a
trying to
second.
talk us up right at the last second.
And that in gold because I got a lot of fucking gold.
Hell yeah.
Get rid of the gold first, then circle back to the fucking platinum.
No worries. Okay. The Brazen Bulwark is in your inventory. It's just the description. It doesn't have its effects or anything. Does require attunement.
Okay.
And just sorry.
And I did buy the Umbral Band as well.
You want the Umbral Band. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Just so I'm curious, this bear thing, The
Which one?
yeah, I gotta remember the name.
This book, I'm not lying. This book has a ton of bear and honey related stuff.
lot of
It's so
bear.
cool. It's
Lot of
so
bear play.
cool.
What was it? I basically would be a bear cat. That one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, sorry. Okay, not the cloak of the bear. Oh yeah, the ring of Ursa. You know, like
Oh, it's a
Ursine.
ring,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a ring. A wooden ring with a strip of fossilized honey. That's 1500. Strength
Okay.
score 2. You can interact with bear folk real good, and you will start to look like a bear folk.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Got it now.
Okay. Quite a time of shopping goes by, but you see there's some
Hold
very
on,
interesting
one quick
items coming
second.
into town. Yeah.
I just want to check. Did anybody buy that Umbral ring?
I did.
Okay, good. I just know as a party we have lots of problem with darkness, and so I wanted to make sure somebody picked that up.
Yeah.
I actually can't believe that Kriaz doesn't want the Ring of Bravado that lets you
the Ring
do
of
crazy
Bravado.
stunts. Yeah.
That's all you do is
Wait.
stunts.
Wait. Is that the one where it basically commands you to risk your life and everything you do?
Well, it doesn't command you, but it's like when
No,
you're
but
like
it rewards you for
it rewards you for doing,
for being a fucking mad lad.
yeah, you're like
already are.
the hallway full of deadly traps, and instead of getting like deactivating them, you're like I'm a run.
So
Probably would be all
okay.
over
I
it.
know you went over that, and that's been a minute, but I was taking that as it basically says jump off a cliff, and if you live, cool, you did it. If you don't, you don't. And I was like, that doesn't sound that good.
Yeah, it's doing death-defying stunts, right? It's if you do a death-defying stunt, then it'll give you a D10 bonus, essentially added to your roll, so your chance of succeeding on these stunts goes up significantly.
Okay, so it's not a complete it, get the D10. It's do you want to risk it, get the D10.
Do you want to risk it? Right. And if I say that sounds like a fucking crazy idea, then you use one of the charges of the ring and you get the D10. It's just a crazy ring. It's only 500 as well. It's very cheap.
And it sounds to me is it attunement?
I believe it is. Yes, it is.
Right. So it sounds to me the only downside to the ring is the money you spend on it, and it eats up an attunement slot, because if you don't use it, right, well, you don't use it, but if you're like, oh, hell yeah, there's like 5 enemies right around the corner, and instead of walking the other way, like, I'm going to try and scale this building so I can leap down on all of them, right? Well, chances pretty good you'll be getting a additional die roll.
Yeah, I only bring it up because when I saw the ring, I thought of you, Dawson.
I was thinking on this. Okay, I am up for it. The other option that I was holding out for was to get back to the 1500 to get the bear thingy, so that way I can compete with Ragnarok on biting stuff.
Well, oh boy. Yeah, I mean, like, hey, do jobs, get money, do work, get paid.
But you said these are going to be around for a couple of days, correct?
These are definitely going to be around for a couple of days because I have all their sheets open and minimized because I don't even have prices added to the things. Like, I priced all of them right now. So because I have to go in and add all this stuff to it. So
real quick,
I'll be doing this work, over time.
Does anyone mind if I take 200 gold out of the group loot to buy the fucking grappling gun? Because we do a lot of climbing, and it has been fraught before. I know you said we're good at it and stuff, but we're not.
Absolutely not, because Cal almost bought it for himself. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wait, I can use a light crossbow.
I will correct you. We've had incidences climbing.
We've-
We have never at any time had such a bad time. We have failed climbing. We are very good adventurers who have seen much success in our climbing and other activities.
Yeah,
That
You're
said,
really twisting
climbing
this
is
one, huh?
That
more
said-
fraught.
that said, auto successing on climbing.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say no to that.
for 1,000 people, and I'm little, so I could hand it to somebody else and be like, okay, now you carry me.
You
Well,
carry
Merv,
me.
And
Merv,
we've,
I have
we've
to
had
admit,
lots of success, right? Yeah, that's true as a group. Individually, like 75% of the time we've had to climb
Yeah.
something, like Cal's just been ragdolled
Yeah.
and like dragged up the side
Cal-
of whatever.
Cal's ain't shit.
Yes,
Okay.
but you've made it.
I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
buy
everybody
the
has
thing
made it.
outright myself.
Yeah.
I can
It
do
is.
this
It is more
thing.
than 200 though. The Mountaineers crossbows.
It's 800, isn't it? Yeah, I
800
know.
gold, yeah.
Okay, so I guess if we're gonna do jobs before this really gets into it, I will take that one ring, and then I will come back again if I have enough time and get the bear thingy. But
The
I'll take
bear
the
thing. Okay, you
I'll
want the
take the-
bravado ring. Okay.
yeah.
Merv, if you're scared, I have a climbing speed now. You can just hop on my back.
I'm gonna
Huh?
buy the grappling hook. It's the most artificer thing ever. Just
Oh,
look at
okay.
that fucking
Like we should
grappling hook.
definitely have that because it's fun.
It's
But I
just
just wanted to do the dude justice of like not only
You're right.
are we good adventurers, but we
Mhm.
have gotten better.
You guys are physically proud, like prowess physically, all pretty good. Like Cal may not be like super strong, but he a thick boy. You know.
Yeah, but there might
He
come
can
a
take
time
that
where
fall.
we have to do it. There might come a time where we have to do a climb that's more difficult than an unhurried shuffle up a wall like we usually do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no,
Or we
like
gotta like go
we should have the
fast or
magic.
shit
We
is
should have the
bad.
magic grappling hook.
Or
I'm
we're
totally
running.
with you.
What if we're running? We can't set up pittance. I got 2 climbers kits. That's good for 2.
Okay, Mountaineer's crossbow. The crossbow is not attunement. It's just a grappling
Okay.
hook.
Well, I'm definitely getting it. So I'll burn the rest of my money because, again, it's the most artificer shit ever. I love a utility thing, and that's the most utility thing.
I was gonna
Shield
say
is
like
incredibly good for
it's-
that, and I'm glad I got it. But
It's a good thing that the crossbow can be any size, because can you not use heavy weapons as a little guy?
well, okay,
Going
hang
with
on.
disadvantage.
I can use simple weapons. Okay, listen.
No, like halfling restrictions. There's the like.
Hey, I think actually it works better if I'm Lil and it's big. I just like unfurl it out of the bag. A brace. It carries me up, no problem.
No problem. Cool. Mountaineer's crossbow is in your thing again. There's
Fuck
no
yeah, there goes my gold.
that one. I don't. There's no details I need to add to that thing. That's just
Yeah.
description. is all
Also,
it
it
needs.
looks like the shield isn't reading as a shield.
Yeah, none of the items are built. It's just descriptions. Yeah. I'm entering books of items.
Yeah.
I cannot be fucked until you buy the thing to do the work on it.
Yeah. Go to my other shield and just add AC to it
If you like.
for now, at least.
Yeah, it'll all be working for next session. Okay. Any other purchases?
Any other bear miscellany?
I'm not in this list, but boy are there boy are there. Yo, there's straight up. I actually, in one of our early sessions, even mentioned it. There is magic honey. That's like they're like super potions.
What world are we?
Yo, the best.
Where is the Bearmancer and what is he up to?
Where are
know-
these bear people that we keep getting told exist?
I do genuinely love
The Bearmancer's walking around in nothing but a polo shirt, and it's just looking for honey and a grumpy donkey.
Look,
I kind of love the idea of there not being any bear folk. Like this is just a pernicious like marketing scheme somebody's done to be like, you never know when you're gonna run into fucking bear folk.
You never know.
Dude, I still.
So you're pitching this as a multi-level marketing scam?
Yeah, you got to get people in your downline for bear merch.
Nice.
We bear bears.
I was such a fan of the one, like the two items that came in in congression with one another. Like one of them was like, this one grants you advantage with bear folk. This one, if you are seen having taken it because it is a stolen bear item, will immediately turn the bear folk against you.
Yeah, the bears hate you.
Bear friendship and bear antipathy.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna have us run into like a tribe of bear folk, and we're gonna lose.
This is the thing.
We're not gonna be equipped to handle them because we haven't bought every single bear item that came.
You gotta collect them all. You gotta get the whole set.
And you're gonna get to see the secret bear level. And all the fucking.
Look, did I have bear folk in this world before these items start coming in? Who knows? Who knows?
You don't know what's happening in the bog.
I don't know what's happening in these places.
We fuck with the bear folk in the bog. Everybody knows that.
There's a lot of room to maneuver.
A lot of banjo
I would love if
bears.
the bear folk are actually like, it's like the Bigfoot. Like everyone's like, of course the bear folk exist, but none of us have seen. Like they live in the mountains where no one fucking goes. Like it's absolutely like it's a myth that everyone believes.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. A few hours of shopping. It's early afternoon. Roughly 2 in the afternoon. But anything you guys want to set up for next week?
We're gonna head out today or tomorrow.
I don't really see any reason to go today. We can head out early morning tomorrow.
Okay.
Presuming, of course, everyone else is comfortable with leaving tomorrow and we don't need more time.
I'm down.
I set up the wall in the yard so me and her in here can practice with it.
Ooh, fun.
Get a feel for it. Just like set it down in the middle of your grass on one side of your yard.
A huge,
knock out a fence on
huge
accident.
tear in the earth.
Yeah.
Right as the steel wall just rips into it. Yeah, I mean, in the center, it's 10-foot wide sections, and in the center of it, there's a 5-foot arrow slit, like 5-foot wide arrow. Murder hole.
Mm-hmm.
I would actually invite Krios to come and help us. He's expressed that he has not experience, but knowledge about this sort of thing. And I would want him to participate in this exercise.
Wait, I missed something. What exercise are we doing?
We're kind of messing around with the new shield that sets up the wall, and just getting your ideas on some like. We don't have to like really actually do it or whatever, but just like I am inviting Krios to come and kind of exercise some of your historical knowledge about battlecraft. And defensive tactics.
Fighting through walls.
Yeah.
He jumps up, he grabs his glaive, and he holds it. He holds it at the end of it like it's one of those white chalkboard things where they have those sticks that like slap the board. And he goes along the thing. And he's like, "All right, we have this. We have this. If we do it this way, we can get them here. If we shoot this, this works." He just starts slapping the side of it. Not hard, but with the glaive. Continue.
Invaluable insight.
What is this? Specifically.
He points to the murder hole. He's like, Murph, would you stand at this? So that's a really good one. Compared to the shield that is what you said, 20 feet tall?
Right.
Yeah. The wall is 20 feet in length, and it's 10 feet tall.
Okay, so it's 10 feet tall. So The murder hole sits how high?
I don't know, chest high, whatever, wherever you shoot from.
Enough for
I'm
me.
only
to
asking
look
for
over and,
murder
like,
because
tippy
Oh,
toe.
Merv, it's higher than
Yeah,
Merv. Yeah.
I got a tippy toe.
and he's like, all right. So what weapons do you have to shoot?
I just hold up a bottle.
I mean, yes. You could yeet that over the wall. He's
Right.
like, do you want a crossbow?
No. I had one of those and I gave it away.
I have one. For whenever you want, we have this wall up. You could just pew pew.
I guess I have another one now, but it shoots grappling hooks. I could probably shoot it at someone. I don't think it'd be too effective.
I mean, from what I remember, it shoots grappling hooks if no ammo's in it.
Why would I put ammo?
Can you shoot a grappling hook into somebody?
I mean, I kind of want to test it now.
Krios runs back like 10 feet and is like, shoot me.
Okay, yeah.
Oh God.
I try to shoot the grappling hook into
Yeah, a high-speed chunk of steel slams right into you.
Oh.
It doesn't attach because that's
How'd
not
that
how
feel?
it works.
Are you telling me he doesn't get to use his new ring to roll to protect himself against that nonsense?
Is that death-defying? Were you trying to avoid it, or it sounded like you were letting it happen? Do you want to dodge?
I wanted him to like shoot it straight at me. I wanted to see if it would grip.
Then it slams.
Your
Yeah,
bravado.
it rips right into you. It's real bad. It hurts. It's bad. Call mom. It hurts.
Does it knock me off my feet?
I think at the speed this thing has to go, it's possible. I think if you want it to knock you down, right? Because you are a strong boy. It's possible it could do that, but you could hold your ground if you're like, if you don't want to be thrown.
So, sidebar question. Theoretically, with that knowledge, if let's say Merv is quick scoping like some goblin dude, little hobgoblin small creature.
You can't do that.
And he just dinks him in the side of the head.
Yeah,
he
you
gets
can't be
knocked
bashing
off
up.
his
Yeah.
feet.
That's not how it works. It's not how it works.
We just turn around and Merv is just slinging the grappling hook.
I appreciate the hustle.
While you guys are fucking around with the murder hole, Merv immediately starts practicing with the gun by firing it to the top of the wall and up onto the top of the wall. Can you use it to repel?
I mean, you can go up with it. So
if it's connected to some, I mean, read the description, right? What is it?
Fire it into the ground from above and rocket down.
And throw and jump off, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's ring of bravado. That's a bravado move.
Wait,
I would definitely try it. I'd fire it into the ground at my feet, let the cable go, and then just jump off the side and see how it only goes 60 feet, right? So I just slam into the ground because I don't have 60 feet of cable.
Yeah, look,
it would work if I had 60 feet. If I had 60 feet to go, I can't stop it.
Yeah, it will pull you the 60 feet. I have to imagine you take fall damage if you're just going straight to the ground with it.
Yeah.
So question.
Not only am I going straight to the ground, I'm going straight to the ground with only 10 feet of the 60 feet of rope.
With that, I've seen some things.
You've seen
people are like,
stuff?
you could take off half damage if you hit something first, to break the fall. So what if he puts daggers on his boots, launches himself towards people, and hits an enemy before he hits the ground?
I'm not a battle rager barbarian. No.
Yeah, I mean, then he'd have to make attacks, right? There's no. He's not going to auto damage anything.
This is all to get Merv to stab people with a grappling hook.
I'm just seeing it certainly is not going to kill you going horizontally. I'm just reading this object and what I've done.
Well, so the way I read it, the button works to reel you back in as long as the thing is connected. So
Yeah.
theoretically, you could just jump and let the line go and go 60 feet down if you had 60 feet to spare, right? And then click the button
Yeah.
and go back up.
Oh yeah. You could fall and then like
Yeah.
pull yourself back up again real quick.
You
Yeah.
just need to
I
make
think
sure
as
you
long-
have
if
60 feet. Like,
yeah, I think if you're going downward and you impact a surface, then like that's got to be fall damage, right?
Yeah.
It seems very reasonable based on how the item should function. Is like if you're going upward, it's not going to rocket you to death into the ceiling. But if you're falling and if you're falling with it, I think that's the difference. I think that's the
Yeah,
only
you're
real
you're getting
difference.
pulled to the ground, which is
Yeah.
already
Yeah, no.
pulling you to the ground.
which the fact that to even get to the ground, you would have to have less than the 60 feet of rope that you would be hitting, right? Like you're not gonna like if you had 70 feet, you could jump and then you're just swinging on the end of it.
Yeah.
You can't like.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But there's it's like okay, I want to like rappel down a little bit, but I don't want to just like untethered fall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to be clear in your description that you are not free falling using the item, but yeah.
Ragnarok
Oh,
is taking the time to practice his wall crawling on the wall right now.
Oh yeah, I thought you were in
Oh.
swim mode.
I switched after a long rest, so.
Ragnarok,
Hmm?
would you come down from
No,
there for
wait.
a minute, please?
Wait, let me come down. I didn't make his way down, much like Spider-Man.
Do you have a moment?
I do. Is everything okay?
Yeah. I figured you probably have more experience with this than anyone. What do I do? And I'm holding this thing out in front of him.
Well, I guess the first question, and he'll be addressing the familiar now. What do you want?
The familiar, the little wormling dragon kind of looks around a bit, and you, in your mind, Ragnarok, you get the image of, you get the sensation of like the idea in your mind, of like comfort, home.
Aw, I think he wants you, Cal.
Oh,
Well, one of
Hmm?
the things that I really appreciated about Genevieve is that she always took the time after our missions to explain to me everything that happened, especially if I disappeared from taking damage.
Hmm.
So she talked to me. Um,
Oh,
the other thing is she'd also let me change into other animals, but I don't know if that's an option with yours.
well, I don't really know either. It's perhaps something I can ask Karen about. But talking, I can certainly talk.
The great thing is he can actually talk back.
Yeah, well, in a fashion. I mean, I haven't heard many words, but I must say the images right into the brain. That's rather nice. If I was feeling more nefarious, I could use that to make quite a bit of money with the club kids.
Yeah, I would find what he likes and do that for him. I think he's probably a better judge of what he wants than I am.
Oh, I see. So communicate,
don't-
communicate, and communicate, and that's what you did with Genevieve.
Yeah, but what made her special is she tweeted me like a member of the team. She didn't tweet me like a familiar.
Understood. Oh. I mean, I imagine the first order of business would be to get this little guy a name.
That would help.
Well, do you have any ideas?
It looks
I
at you. Oh, I'm sorry. You're looking at
Yeah.
Are you talking to him or the suit, the wormling?
I am intentionally unclear about it.
Okay.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, I'm always I always liked Ragnarok, but I think that might get confusing.
Yes, I think that would be a little confusing. What about you, friend? Do you have any ideas?
They look at you, look at Ragnarok, look back to you, kind of like scratch under their chin with one of their clawed wings. They don't seem to have much of an opinion to give on it.
You know, we had an old member of the team that you bear some resemblance to. His name was Bashir. You're a little bit smaller. Maybe I could call you Bashir Jr. or BJ for short. What do you think?
It kind of rattles its head to the side, kind of in a maybe.
Well, I'll consider it. Well, do you have a favorite color? And I'll just walk off, and now I'm just peppering this thing with questions. Thank you, Ragnarok.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Ooh, that is a nice shade of pink. How about a favorite sound? Oh, no, less volume, please.
Excellent. I think that is a wonderful stopping point.